Okay, welcome back, everyone. This is another episode of Anyway. So remember to call the hotline 347-566-9741. I will give you good advice. I'll solve your problems. I'll answer your questions. It'll be fantastic. I'm trying to go to the Google Voice right now and see if we got any more. We got one voicemail, honestly, that is I just didn't have time to edit it because it's legitimately 10 minutes long. I'm also recording on a different microphone today, so we'll see how that looks. But I kind of want to be like, why did you leave a 10-minute long voicemail? But I also know the person that did it, and thanks for doing that, man. But it is too long. Let's see, did we get a call today? Yeah, we got a call today. But they didn't. They called from a international number. Okay. What's 374? What's plus 374? I feel like, what's plus 374? Guys, how are you? This is Dylan Palladino. In case you don't know, I'm recording in Montauk right now. I'm on a bed. I don't have my sound mixer, so if it sounds a little muted, that's what's going on. But I'm not outside, so that's good, because last time I was outside and I had people say that the sirens weren't too much, but I was listening to it and thought, this is absolutely horrible. Let's see, plus 374 country code. It's Armenia. Okay. Did someone from Armenia call me and not leave a message? That'd break my heart. Dude, if you're going to call me from Armenia, leave a message, bro. Let's talk about Azerbaijan. Let's talk about how they suck and we hate them and they're trying to take your land. And if there's any Azerbaijanis listening who think that that's wrong, you're wrong. Anyway, and then if it was just plus 37, that was the country code assigned to the German Democratic Republic of East Germany. So it definitely wasn't that. So it was definitely plus 374 or 347, which is 374, which is Armenia. That's cool, dude. I love that I have Armenian fans. How are you guys? How was your week? How you feeling? We did get someone texted us, which honestly, cool. You can also do that. And they said, hey, I don't really have much to say for a voicemail. I think you might, but I think this is a Monday podcast. Yeah, I feel you. That's why I'm switching it. I don't think you have to worry about your VIN number being shown to the public. You can literally walk up to any car and see the VIN number. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I was worried because if you guys don't follow me online, which you should, but I would be so surprised if anyone here doesn't follow me online. Dude, I'm like leaning back on this bed and like my throat hurts or whatever. So distracted. I got a ticket and I posted it online, and then someone commented like, yo brother, you're showing your VIN number. You better be careful. You might want to block that out, just so you know, brother. Like trying to help, and I immediately freaked out and then looked up what can someone do with your VIN number, because I thought they could like steal your identity, which I don't think they can. If anything, they can just like find out who you are, and maybe I guess they can find out where you live, which I don't want to do that. So it was good that it took it off, but he made it seem like someone was gonna like break into my room and shoot me in the head, like because they found my VIN number, so they could steal who I was. But yeah, I got a ticket for my bike, dude. Here's what's going on. The license plate fell off of the back of my motorcycle, and it has just cost me hundreds of dollars in tickets. And I can't get a new license plate until I go this Tuesday. But even when I go this Tuesday, they might not have license plate, dude, it's such a pain in the ass. Like, but is it partially my fault because sometimes, well, actually, do I want to say that on camera? Because someone could maybe, yeah, that might be illegal. So I'm not gonna say whether I may or may not have led to the license plate falling off, but I didn't. But I'm also not admitting that I wanted it to fall off. Okay, whatever, dude. You can't use this. This is a comedy podcast. But so here's what's crazy. I got a ticket for parking in a commercial zone. And I'm a non-commercial vehicle, but I figured, I don't have a license plate. They're not going to give me a ticket because I've been parking all around the city and had not been getting a ticket because no one, because if you don't have a license plate, they have to like go to your registration and really look and find and put in your VIN number in order to give you a ticket. So you have to be a real asshole to do it. And most traffic cops are lazy. So I never got a ticket. And then I parked in front of this U-Haul place. I parked in front of U-Haul, worked the job, came back, got a ticket. Got 2 tickets. Got no license plate and got parking in a commercial area. So I knew that I was going to fight the... this is so boring, but also, trust me, I knew I was going to fight the license plate one. I just paid for the commercial one. And then on Thursday, I go and I help out my friend who moved out of the city. I had to remove some shit from the floor of his apartment before the end of the month so he didn't get charged. And I was being a good friend because that's what you do. You got to be good friends sometimes and hook your friends up. And so I go, and then when I'm about to leave, the doorman's like, yo, you're getting another ticket. Or you're getting a ticket written. I was like, fuck, no. I go and I look and I see a guy writing a ticket. I run out. I go, stop. Is it for me not having a license plate? And he's like, no, it's because you're parked in a commercial zone. Also, I recognize your bike. I ticketed you last week. And I go, no way, bro. You're the one that gave me a ticket in front of U-Haul. And I felt myself want to get mad, but I don't know what came over me. And I just was like, you know what? It's all good, bro. Don't give me the license plate one, though. I have the little note from the police that says my license plate got stolen because it did. So you can't give me that because I'm just going to go fight it in court. I'm fighting it on Tuesday. So if you give me this one, I'm just going to bring it to court as well and fight both of them. And I don't know, maybe he just like saw it in me that it was real, but he stopped writing the second ticket. And then, dude, we started talking for 15 minutes about motorcycles and about how he wants to be a cop and how he doesn't even want to be a traffic cop. That he just is doing it because he was waiting to get enough credits in order to apply to be a normal cop. Which, by the way, I didn't know you need college credits to be a cop. Number one, I think you should have gone to college to be a cop, to be completely honest. I know that would maybe prevent a lot of people from doing it, but we do have a bit of a policing problem in this country, and we've all seen the videos of when cops, whatever, cops are people are stupid, but I think if there was people that went to college, maybe they would, just be a little more rational and not have like this weird short man complex and want to take it down on people, because it always feels like cops were either they peaked in high school or they were bullied in high school. And either way, they take it out on some random person that they just stopped who's like giving them, who's giving them attitude. Because by the way, don't give a cop attitude, but also cops should be able to deal with someone who's giving them attitude and not pepper mace them and break their nose and rip them out of the car and do all the insane shit that they do. But anyway, he's not even a cop. He hasn't even done any of that. He seemed like a cool guy. But we started talking about like his life, how he had to pay for all these, he had to pay for all these college credits, and how he didn't even want to, he doesn't even like writing tickets. He feels bad every time he writes tickets. And but he just has to do it because he does have a quota. And then he told me that he wouldn't even have written me a ticket, but he saw my bike and recognized it and saw that I didn't have a license plate, and he thought that I took my license plate off on purpose and I was just trying to dodge tickets. And I was like, no, it got stolen. And then we bonded just as human beings, which was really cool. And the entire time I was like, man, it would be so cool if he just went, you know what? I'm going to cancel both of these tickets. And then guess what? At the end of the interaction, he looked at me and he goes, I was just going to write a ticket for someone else over there, but I'm not going to do it anymore because we had such a good conversation. Have a good day. And he walked away and he didn't cancel the ticket. And now I still have to pay $100. Fuck! Being nice helped me zero. Literally zero. I can't scream because my friend is upstairs. I'm in Montauk. So I don't know is the moral of the story to be nice? I mean, it was really nice to have that conversation, but I was kind of like, dude, you could help me out. I mean, I don't know if it just goes into the system and then that's that, but if anyone's a traffic cop, let me know. But it really felt like we were getting to a point where he would have gone, yeah, you know what, dude? I shouldn't have written you the ticket. I'm going to cancel it. But instead he goes, no, you have to pay this. I'm just not going to write someone else a ticket. And I go, I don't fucking know that guy. I don't care about him. You can write him a ticket. Take my ticket and give it to him. I don't want to pay $100. I did go home and look at the other ticket that I got from the exact same guy. Crazy. I was also thinking, have you ever been in like a really nice, tender moment with a complete stranger and you're just connecting with them and you're like, wow, we're just having a good moment as two human beings. And then in the back of your mind, you're like, wow, I could completely ruin this by just punching them in the face. I was thinking that the entire time. I was looking at this guy and we were having a tender moment and connecting human being to human being. And there was a little guy in my head that went, what if you just decked him in the nose? Like, just full up, just he's talking and then with no warning, just uppercutted him. Just, I mean, just create a villain. Just full he go, I'm never going to trust anyone ever again. But you really do have that power. You have the, I mean, it's honestly being a crazy person. It's being actually like psychotic. But you have the power to just ruin any interaction by just punching the person in the face, you know? Or just trying to kiss them. You can ruin any interaction by trying to kiss the person. And obviously, like, that's, you know, it's illegal. So is punching someone. I don't know why trying to kiss someone somehow feels worse than trying to punch someone. I think punching someone is worse. But it is funny. I feel like most guys would rather another dude try to punch them than try to, like, kiss them tenderly on the lips. You know? Like, if I was in a conversation with, like, if I was asking a guy, if I asked most guys, if you knew someone was going to ruin a conversation, would you rather the guy try to punch you or try to kiss you? They would all be like, try to punch me. I'd rather get smashed in the face with someone's fist than maybe have his lips caress mine for a second. Even though I'm not going to enjoy it. It's crazy. Do you guys ever think about that? I think about it all the time when I'll just be like talking to someone and having a normal conversation with them. And I don't know what it is, but my brain just goes, you could ruin everything by trying to kiss them right now. Imagine if you just punch them in the belly unprompted, you know? Or just were like, you have weird ears. There's so many things. It's almost like things are going too well and something in me just wants to divert it. I don't. It's a crazy intrusive thought. But I do have the intrusive thought to try to ruin any conversation that's going well. But what's weird is that I don't have an intrusive thought to try to, to try to have it go well. Or wait. Yeah, I don't have an intrusive thought. I just want to make sure that my friend doesn't like message me like, hey, you're too loud. I don't want an intrusive thought of, hey, this conversation is going horribly. Maybe I can do something to make it go well. It's only sabotage. My brain only knows how to self-sabotage. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like when, you're playing a sport or you're doing something and everything is going well. And then you start to think like, oh shit, what if I do something to fuck up? Do you guys ever, you know what I mean? I guess that's just being fucking anxious. But yeah, I was thinking about that the entire time. It honestly would have been really funny. I think it's the funny thing to do. It would have been funny to just punch him in the face. Like in a movie, that would have been the funny thing to do. But this is real life, not a movie. And I still have to pay $100 for parking in a commercial spot. And that sucks. And, Officer, I won't say his name, Officer Y, didn't remove that from my record. But what are you going to do? Besides that, let's see, the week was fine. I worked. Work was, sometimes you're just like, this shit is going nowhere. You ever at work and you're just like, this shit is going absolutely nowhere. I'm going to quit in 2 years. Probably. Like, you're going to quit. You already know. You made your mind up. But you're like, I don't want to look for another job right now, so I'll stick around for 2 more years. I'll do just enough. I will do just enough to not get fired, but I'm doing nothing more. And I will start looking for a job in about 12 to 18 months. But I'll constantly tell my friends about how I want to quit and how I hate my job. But I'm not going to do anything because it's just a lot of, it's more effort than just complaining about it. Sometimes you just want to complain. Sometimes the job sucks just enough that you want to complain about it, but not enough that you want to leave. And guess what? It's your friend's job to just sit there and go, yeah, bro, that sucks ass. Until the point where they're like, hey, get it together, man. Get a better job. You can't keep working at Safeway anymore. We get it. Your boss is a pillhead. Yeah, you work at a gas station. You step it up. That's where I'm at right now. I mean, I like my boss and my job, but sometimes you're just like, this is going nowhere. Gotta make a change. Gotta make a change. We'll see. I really hope he doesn't listen to this because I love my job. Not gonna quit. Besides that, I'm in Montauk, dude. I'm in Montauk because I'm trying to have a summer. I'm trying because August, I don't know what it is. I love July, and as soon as it turns to August, I just feel like it's about to be fall. I know fall is right around I know I have all of August for it to feel like summer, but for some reason, I'm already thinking about how it's about to be fall and it's not going to be hot anymore. I'm like missing the heat, even though we still have the heat. It was hot today. It's like I waited to do a school. It's like the school project was having a summer, and I always feel like I waited till the last minute, which is August 11th. And I mean, it's August 10th right now, but this is coming out August 11th. And the last minute is August 11th, and I'm like, oh shit, I got to fit in an entire summer in 3 weeks. I got to do everything. And so I'm out and I'm in Montauk and I'm having a summer. And here is what I think makes you feel like you've had a summer. Here's some things that make you feel like you've had a successful summer. Getting into 2 out of 3 of the bodies of water. Now, here are the 3 bodies of water: a lake, an ocean, and a pool. Okay? River is a honorable mention. It's kind of a lake. Rivers feed into lakes, so I will include that in there. If you jump in a river, that kind of counts, but I think you have to spend multiple days in the river. But a lake, you can jump in for 10 minutes. That's the summer, because lakes are very, very summer. Okay, they're very Americana summer. Ocean, of course, is summer, but also pool. Some people don't have access to all three. But if you get into a pool and you get into a lake, or you get into a lake and an ocean, or you get into a pool and one of those three, you've had a summer. That's one thing you need for a summer. You can't dry off with a towel. If you jump into a lake or if you get wet and you dry off with the sun, it's summer. If you're using a towel, doesn't count. You got to get out of the pool and you got to just stand there and let the heat dry you off. That's summer. That feels like summer. Having ice cream is summer, but specifically soft serve ice cream. Soft serve ice cream is specific to summer. I know they have places that have soft serve year round, but soft serve feels like summer with sprinkles. I know some people don't like sprinkles. My friend doesn't like sprinkles. And here's the thing. You're wrong, but that's okay. But you're wrong. Soft serve ice cream with rainbow sprinkles, that's summer. You have one of those like I did today, checked it off the list. Having a good summer. What else? Eating a watermelon slice. I haven't done that, but that's very summer. Fireworks definitely summer. You don't have to, but that's summer. What else? Obviously, shorts, tank top. I don't know. Those aren't specific just to summer. You know, I'm trying to think, like riding a bike. No, you get see those the things that I just mentioned are obviously getting sand. Like, I don't know if this happens to women, but like as a guy, getting sand on your dick and or balls and to where it doesn't come off for literally 2 days, even though you didn't even sit in the sand, but somehow it still was in the air and then just got attracted to that area of your body like it's a magnet. Like it's when you put a magnet over, I don't even know, what were those things where you could put a magnet over it and then all the like little shards of metal would be attracted to it? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? It's some like art thing that you would like draw with. I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying. But that, having sand, finding sand someplace, that's summer. What else? I guess maybe popsicles. Maybe, but they gotta be melty. Water balloons, summer. Water balloons are summer. You get some water balloons, that's summer, dude. Okay? Eating like eating a hamburger outside and it's hot. And grilling. Grilling is very summer, dude. We all know that. So if you know, couple of those bodies of water, all right? Having soft serve ice cream, grilling, hot dogs and hamburgers, maybe a little bit of chicken, some peppers, steak. I'm sorry, it doesn't feel like summer to me. And I'm sorry, and I know people are going to disagree. Hamburgers and hot dogs feel like summer. That's what you do. If you do at least, let's say, more than, like, you have to have at least 5 of those summery things, especially on different days, you've had a successful summer. That's how I feel. And that's what I went out. That's why I went out today. I drove out. I listened to some classic rock. Okay. I felt like a dad because while I was listening to classic rock, dude, I can't help it. I'm becoming a dad. I'm listening to classic rock from a time that I wasn't alive and going, those were the good days. I wasn't alive. I wasn't even a figment. I was 20. It was 20 years before I was even born. My dad was 12 years old. I don't even think he nut yet. My dad hadn't nut yet. Okay? Way too early for me. But I'm listening to the classic rock and I'm just thinking, man, that's when they did it right. You know, right? You know, when places were still low-key segregated. Like, kidding, but you know, the music is fire. I'm listening and I'm like, the music that they make today is fucking horrible. Playboy Cardi. I'm going through, I'm just becoming a dad. I'm like, Playboy Cardi, all this shit. They don't tell stories like this. What is it? Creedence Clearwater, you know, the soundtrack to Vietnam where we killed a bunch of boys for absolutely no reason and terrorized the country because we thought they were going to become communists, and then they did anyway. And guess what? They're communists now, and they're fine, and they're really kind to us, and they're an ally. So what was the point? Anyway, I got to drink water. Hold on. But yeah, listening to that, drove out, thought I was going to drive out earlier. Of course, I slept in. Because why? Whenever I need to wake up early, I always stay up late. Why is that? I know I have to wake up early, and my brain just goes, well, now you're going to stay up an hour later than you need to. Even tonight, I'm recording this shit. I'm gonna be up till 1 a.m. I drank coffee. I don't know why I drank coffee. Because I was like, oh, dude, you know, record a nighttime episode. It'll be chiller. You're in bed, because I am in bed. And I'm laying in bed. I thought it would be a nice, silly, just like a little goofy episode, and in bed, just chilling. And I am comfortable, I will say. It is nice. And I will say I'm comfortable, and I do feel like my brain can maneuver a little bit more. But, I mean, you guys are listening. I ain't that silly right now. Maybe it's because it's 12:45 a.m., and that's fine. It's 12:30 a.m. But the fuck was I talking about? I mean, just wait. No, I'll finish that thought. I'm not gonna. I do want to talk about how many pillows there are in this bed. There's legitimately 9 pillows in this bed, and that's how I know that this house was decorated by a woman, because women love to have way too many pillows on a bed. But here's the thing: I also love it because there's just so many pillows. It's just cozy. There's things to hug. There's things to throw. There's too many pillows, but also I like all the pillows. And I don't know what that means. And maybe that means that I'm right in the middle of being a guy and a woman. I don't know. But there's 6 pillows. Too many pillows, but also I want all of them. One between my legs, one between my arms, one under my legs for my back, because again, I'm a 68-year-old man. And then you just splay a couple of them on the bed just so I can kick them off in the middle of the night. That's what it is. And I guess this is made so that, you know, when there's 2 people, they each can have a pillow for their head and then between their legs. But I mean, it's better than the alternative, which is a guy who he has 1 pillow and it is made of dust. And when you sit on it, when you sit on it, why would you sit on a pillow? When you, I literally almost just stuck my hand in my pants to readjust myself, and then I remembered that I'm on camera, so can't do that. But if you're a guy, you know what I'm feeling right now, and it's uncomfortable, and I'm just gonna have to sit in it for another 20 minutes. I mean, guys have 1 pillow. It's made of dust. When they put their head on it, it just evaporates, and then it just goes down onto their nasty ass mattress. Did you know that women call guys There's a thing called a tea bag pillow. Have you heard about that? There's like a tea bag pillow. You guys heard about this? Tea bag pillow. Also, Ozzy Osbourne died. R.I.P. That was like 2 weeks ago, but like a tea bag pillow phenomenon. Of course, I'm looking. Yo, pillow look like a tea bag. What does that even mean? Let's go to Reddit because that's the only place. Spending a band on shoes when your pillow look like a tea bag is crazy. Well, I guess what they're talking about is when you know exactly what they're talking about when the pillow is all like brown and gross and kind of yellowed, which I guess is just from the oil of your body. Here, let me look it up. Put the microphone right here. Why does pillow get yellow? I mean, it's such a gross thing, dude. Pillow yellowing cause. Pillows turn yellow primarily due to the accumulation of natural body secretion. Ew, dude, secretions. Secretions is such a gross word. Natural body secretions like sweat, oils from the skin and hair, and saliva. Ew, bro. Why would saliva turn it yellow? That seep into the pillow fibers over time. These substances combine with dead skin cells that create a buildup that discolors the pillow. Jesus. Even with a pillowcase, these liquids can seep through. Oh my God. Environmental factors such as high humidity, direct sunlight, and improper storage can accelerate this yellowing process. Okay, so that's fucking disgusting. How do we get rid of that? Let's just teach you guys how the fuck do we get rid of that. We already know why. I wanna know what to. Okay, just can't. Okay, how to remove. Here we go. There are a few tried and true methods that can help reduce or eliminate. Oh, dude, this is completely random, but I just thought about it today. I heard someone say toe the line. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. For the longest time, when someone would say toe the line, I thought it meant towing like a truck towing. I thought it just meant someone just, I don't even know, pulling a line behind them. That's what I thought. And it makes me feel stupid and it makes me sound stupid, but I know someone else thinks that as well. Right? No one else? No one? Okay, well. Someone else has to think that. So here's how to get rid of it. Tried and true. Lemon juice and baking soda. Create a paste using lemon juice and baking soda, then gently rub it onto the yellow stains. All right. Let it sit for 30 minutes. I'm going to use this, and you guys are too. Hydrogen peroxide. Okay. Hydrogen peroxide and water, dab it on, let it sit for you. Okay, that sounds easier than lemon juice and baking soda. I mean, who even has all that? Oxygen-based bleach, I'm not going to use that. Submerge the yellow pillow in a mixture of warm water and vinegar for a few hours or overnight. What the fuck are you supposed to sleep on? Most guys only have one pillow. Anyway, for all the men listening, that's what you have to do. And women, if you meet a guy and he's got that teabag pillow, you gotta soak it in vinegar or spray it in hydrogen peroxide. Also, when I heard teabag pillow, whenever I hear the term teabag, I just think about a guy putting his balls in someone's face. And I'm sorry, but that is the truth. And I don't know if it's because it's late and that's just where my mind is at. But that's what I thought of. When I think of teabag pillow, that's what I think of, and it doesn't make any sense. And it's where I think of that even when someone says, what flavors of tea bags do you have? I hear tea bag. I think of some guy putting his balls in someone's face. I've played too many video games, maybe, but it's all I think about. Just some guy squatting down and just gently touching his balls of someone's face or forehead or just anywhere. That's what I think. And I mean, what are you going to do? It's the truth. Anyway, what the fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah, so many pillows. I mean, dude, it does feel nice, bro. It feels nice to be on all these pillows. I feel comfortable. I feel protected, even though the pillows won't do shit. I want to like. Anyway, just going on a complete tangent, losing my mind. Well, okay, wait, hold on. So I completely forgot what I was talking about before, but driving out. That's why I came out to Montauk. Yeah, I was talking about driving out for summer. Came out to Montauk, have a summer. Okay. The only thing better, I went to a lighthouse today. And the only thing that could have made it feel more like summer would have been fucking making out with a girl by the lighthouse. Now look, I don't like PDA. I don't really like kissing in public. It happens. Sometimes I do it. I'm not going to stop a girl if she starts making out with me in public. I'm not going to be like, hey, no, we don't do that. That's crazy. It's not Saudi Arabia. No. Even though, no, it's fine. I mean, it happened to me recently, and I was like, I don't love this, but it's fine. I'm not gonna ruin the moment. But I will say, a successful summer does have you making out with someone in public, preferably not in a very well lit area, or maybe it's under a street light, something like that. But there's not a lot of people around. But preferably it's on a beach. There's wind blowing somewhere. Doesn't have to be, but it's got to be hot out. It's got to almost be sticky out. That is summer. Maybe some crickets. But tell me that doesn't feel like the perfect way to end a summer. Making out with some girl, hearing the crickets, feeling the breeze, and then you go and you jump in the water, and then you get out and you eat a watermelon. And you listen to some classic rock. I don't know. That to me, no, and then you eat a watermelon, and then you have a hamburger. That's summer, dude. That's summer. And I didn't get to make out with a girl at the lighthouse, and that's fine. It's completely fine. It would have been weird. I was with my friends. They just find some random girl. Hey, you want to make out real quick? It's not gonna fly. It's not what I want to do. It's not really where I'm at. Honestly. Even though I will say, dude, I'm 30. I'm about to be 33 in a couple months, and I'm newly single. And I said in the first episode, I'm not going to talk about it now because it's too soon. And guess what? I'm still not going to talk about it. No point in talking about it. It happened. It's over. Life moves on. It sounds like I'm not over it, but I'm good. I'm going to say this. I think making out is back in style. Making out and nothing else. Who doesn't like a good makeout session, dude? All right? No frills, no pressure, nothing you have to live up to. Can't get ED making out, all right? Fun for me. Just a little makeout, and then that was fun. We just smashed mouths together for 5 minutes. That's crazy. Oh, shit. I had your tongue in my mouth. That's weird. Whoa, feels like high school. This is nice. I'm going to go home and do some physics homework. That's all I want sometimes, honestly. I mean, yeah, obviously the other shit is nice. But sometimes a nice little MO, nice little MOS makeout session. Man, it's a great way to end the night. Truly. And if you're in a relationship, just have a little makeout sesh sometimes. I guarantee it'll keep the relationship. You'll feel like you're young, you got energy. That's just what you're doing. And do it. You got to do it in a place. I mean, you're not going to do it in your bedroom. It's so fucking weird. I mean, obviously, if you're like going to have sex, it's fine. But you got to like make out in a car, in a janitor's closet, okay, outside of the emergency room, like whatever. It's got to be in a place that it's kind of like why are we doing this here? But that makes it more, it's got to be in a place that you can't just be there for an hour doing it. It's got to be quick. Just a minute, just a couple of minutes. You know, that to me feels, holy shit, we're at 43 minutes. Oh my God. I'm telling you, the bed is, I know it doesn't probably look good for YouTube, but the bed, but my mind is, I'm relaxed. The mind is flowing. I'm not coming up with the craziest bits, but it's late. I don't want to yell, but I'm having good time. Just flowing. Anyway, that was the one. I came out to Montauk to have a summer. I did all those things. I had a lobster roll, which, by the way, lobster rolls, why are they $125? I don't understand. Someone just decided like, hey, we can make these things exorbitantly expensive and everyone will just go with it because they think that lobster costs that much. Lobster doesn't cost that much. It shouldn't cost $78 for you to put 3 ounces of lobster and a 50-cent roll on, and with some coleslaw on the side. Coleslaw, this much, by the way. 16 cents of coleslaw. The margins are insane. Forget NVIDIA, dude. Open up a lobster roll shop. You will be a freaking billionaire. Like, too much money. But, I mean, they're good, but they're not that good. I'm sorry. It's a lobster roll should not count. A lobster roll should not cost the same as a steak at Peter Luger's. And it does. And that is fucking bonkers. That is take a club, hit myself in the head until I have an 85 IQ. Bonkers, bro. Why? But it feels like summer. It does feel like summer. I mean, I don't think it's top 10 things to do during the summer, but it does feel like it. Right? It definitely feels like it. Anyway, got that. I went to the gas station, but I went to the gas station before I got here. And I don't know. I thought about like saying this on the podcast because I'm just such dad mode. I was waiting in line and then some guy came in and he tried to cut the line. And then someone called him out, was like, bro, the line's over there. And then he got mad that someone called him out. It's like, bro, you cut the line, you got caught. Go to the back of the line. All right? I'm like, just go. Go. It's all good, dude. You got caught. You tried. And you know what? I commend you for trying. And guess what? If you'd been a little bit more of a dick, you probably could have just went and no one would have said anything because people are scared of confrontation. But you got a little bit in you. You got a little bit of good in you. And I know you do because I saw you be like, oh, I got caught. I can't just be a complete asshole and go. I'm just going to go. But then you can't get upset. You played the game. It's like if you're at Whole Foods and you're trying to steal from the self-checkout and then the person comes up and they go, oh, hey, I think you forgot to scan this. Hey, you stole this, but I'm going to say you forgot. You just got to chalk it up. Chalk it up to the game, dude. You tried to get away with a misdemeanor and you didn't. You failed. Get better. Oh, man. I hope this mic doesn't pick up my drinking sounds the way the other one does. But that's kind of why I changed the mic, because of that. Anyway, drove out. Good. Honestly, didn't need to tell you guys about that. The driving was fine. I will tell you guys about the Burbank airport next week because I went to LA and did a whole bunch of shit, but like we don't have time to talk about that because it's already been 45 minutes. We talked about the traffic cop. RIP to Ozzy Osbourne. Even though I feel like no one really talked about that, which was kind of weird. Just too much shit going on. People are just dying and someone's like, oh, RIP, I'm going to play one of his songs once and then you never think about it again. I mean, the dude bit a bat's head off. Crazy. I'm surprised no one made a joke about Ozzy Osbourne. Someone had to have made a joke about Ozzy Osbourne in the beginning of COVID when it started. Someone had to have been like, "Oh shit, does anyone know where Ozzy Osbourne is? Did he go to China? Oh no, Ozzy, you shut the world down." That really happened though with the, I'm spelling his name so wrong, with the bat, right? Also, like, why do you do that, bro? You just like brutally murdered an animal. Here we go. BBC, did Ozzy Osbourne really bite the head off of a live bat? Hold on. Few performers. Okay, he died. Okay, what? Okay, Prince. Okay, wow, his name was a Prince of Darkness. Still, his actions on the night of January 20th, when the body of an unfortunate creature ended up separated from its head, were bat split crazy. Oh shit! So he did do it. Sometimes that was because there was memories, but which version of the story was to tell? Some of the facts are unambiguous. Here's the problem with these articles, man. Like, just fucking tell me it. You don't. I know you went to school for journalism and creative writing, and you get paid by the word, so you want to make money, dude. I know, but like, you don't. Not for this article. Just say it. I'm not impressed. What's the person's name? Lizzo Mazimba. Okay. I'm sure you're a great writer, but I'm not impressed with this one. Just tell me that and maybe I'm glossing over a part where you do, but okay, here we go. Wednesday night, I thought it was Robotory. Oh wait, hold on. What? Oh no. Oh shit. So something small and black landed on the stage during a rowdy Wednesday night show at Des Moines Veterans Memorial Auditorium. The singer thought it was a rubber toy. No way. This is where recollections start to veer off in different directions. In his autobiography, I Am Ozzy, the singer said he picked it up and stuffed it in his mouth and chomped down. Immediately, though, something felt wrong, very wrong. For a start, my mouth was instantly full of this warm, ew, gross. Then the head in my mouth twitched. Oh, Jesus. I thought it was a bat. I thought it was a rubber bat. I picked it up and put it in my mouth. I bit into it. Oh, no, it's real. It's a live bat. Jesus Christ, dude. Imagine you die by Ozzy Osbourne biting your head off. I mean, it's a bat. It's not really conscious, but still. But then Ozzy hadn't always insisted the bat was alive. In 2006, he gave the BBC a take in the story that was subtly different. This bat comes on. I thought it was one of those Halloween joke bats because it had some string around its neck. I bit into it, and then I looked to my left, and Sharon was gesturing no. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she said, it's a dead real bat, and I know now. So was the bat dead, or when was this, by the way? Also, why was he performing at the Des Moines, what was it called? The Des Moines Veterans Memorial Auditorium. Who is this for? January 20th, 1982. Okay, thank you. The pictures I'm seeing in this BBC article, he was truly like out of his mind. I sometimes think you have to be fully crazy in order to make good art. It was 17. The man who claims to have brought it to the concert was Mark Neal. He was 17 at the time of the concert. Okay, the dude who brought the bat should be in jail. I mean, dude, why were you bringing a dead bat? Mark Neal, you fucking weirdo. I know you were 17. Still. Gross. Get it together, man. This kid is a family now. Imagine finding out your dad brought a dead bat. Yeah, my dad brought a dead bat to a concert and Ozzy Osbourne bit his fucking head off. His younger brothers have brought the bat home a fortnight. Okay, why this person, Lizzo Mazimba, I don't like you. A fortnight? Fuck you, dude. We know you went to grad school, and we know that you don't use Fortnite, and honestly, I have to look it up. I'm pretty sure it means 2 weeks. Period of 2 weeks, yes. But still, just say 2 weeks before. I hate that you used Fortnite. We get it, bro. You're smart. The brother had brought the bat home a fortnight before, but sadly it hadn't survived. Neil said that by the time he took it to the concert, it had been dead for days. Oh, so it seems that the available evidence about this legendary piece of heavy metal, placed in the Rolling Stones, okay, blah, blah, blah. Everyone agrees that the bat did find its way into Ozzy's mouth, although it seems like it was no longer alive. Oh. Wait, hold on, but what of an eerily similar incident 9 months before in LA? Bro, what the fuck? Oh my God. Basic facts, Ozzy was... Let me here. Okay, wait. Before he brought doves to a concert in LA and he was supposed to throw them in the air. Ozzy had been drinking brandy all morning. I mean, that's brandy. And the PR woman had been seriously annoying him. I mean, dude, you're blacked out. God, I mean, being a rock star is kind of sick because you can just like get drunk all day and then people like just have to deal with it. Okay, and then according to Wall's book from Black Sabbath, Symptoms of the Universe, Ozzy pulled out one of those doves and bit its fucking head off just to shut her up. Then I did it again with the next dove, spitting the head out onto the table. What? That's when they threw me out. They said I'd never work for CBS again. Wow. The scam is the bird was dead. Okay, so now that this is on 2 different occasions, now I believe that the animals all were alive and this dude fully was a psycho. Because you don't just have a scam. The scam is the bird was dead. We were planning to release it there, but it died beforehand. So rather than waste it, I bit its head off. Hey, man, not a waste. You don't have to bite its head off. What the fuck is wrong with you? RIP, but also... You should have seen their faces. They all went white. They were speechless. Yeah, no shit, dude. You bit a fucking bird's head off. Oh, he had been thrown out of Black Sabbath? I didn't know that. I don't know enough about rock to... and he was drinking and doing too many drugs. Wow. I mean... Okay, so this fool bit the head off of doves and of... what a way to end the episode. But hey guys, Ozzy Osbourne was a crazy person. And we all knew that. And I knew that. And you guys probably already did. But now we have gotten to... Now you guys all know the true story of what happened with Ozzy Osbourne and the bats. And he definitely bit the bats. He definitely bit the heads off of live doves. I know. I feel that to my core. And the guy says that the bat was dead that he brought, because he did bring it with a string attached to its neck. That's crazy. But also, like, why did he you go, okay, cool. Why was your first thing to bite the thing's head off? Also, how do you not know it's a real bat? Okay, rubber and a real dead animal, shit probably smells. I mean, this dude, wow. I guess that's why he was the Prince of Darkness or whatever. Wow. I mean, if I was at that concert, I'd go, I don't know if I'm going to listen to Ozzy Osbourne anymore. I would just be like, I think that guy just got a disease. That guy just started a pandemic. That's literally what I would think. Like, that guy just started a pandemic. The guy just bite the head off of something? What is his problem? Dude, you got to eat more. Stop going to concerts hungry. Is it easy to bite? Dude, now I'm like, is it easy to... There's so many things going through my head. Is it easy to bite the head? Like, wow. Well, we got to end. Fantastic. What an episode. I don't know if any of that. How am I going to make clips? Who knows? But Thank you guys for calling in. Thank you guys for texting in. You can text or call 347-566-9741. That's a hotline. I'll solve your problems. I'll give you advice. It'll change the world. Share the show. Rate the show on iTunes and Spotify. Watch on YouTube. Give it a thumbs up. All that good stuff. And we will talk next week. Love you all. Peace.